Hi guys, my name is Jordan. This is my story in 7. So growing up, I lived a tough life. It was a life of fear, rejection, a lot of hopelessness, and abandonment that happened early on. So I guess really the pivotal point in my life was when my dad was shot in front of me at the age of 7. He was shot 13 times within like 10 foot of me. But he survived that by the grace of God. And I was able to have a life with him. But the life with my father was not the life of a typical son and father. My dad had become my best friend, and my dad was a drug addict. So what any best friend or what any dad wants to do, they want to share the thing they love most with their children. And my dad loved more than anything, drugs. So I guess you could say I started to dabble early on. Probably about 16 or 17 years old was when I started, I guess, getting high, smoking weed, whatever. And that really took my life down a dark path. At the age of 23, I was prescribed what would be for most people a lethal dose of Xanax, and that was became the love of my life. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that drug, but it lowers your inhibitions, and basically you could have a care less in the world. And what I do is I break out in handcuffs and felonies. So continuing on through my life, I was hooked to the drugs that the doctors had given me. I'd really given up on all passions in life. I felt like I had no purpose. And then my daughter was born. And, thinking if anything could change me, if anything could make things better, it would be my daughter. Being a father and having a chance to be a dad that I never had. But I was wrong. When she was a year and a half old, I ended up getting handed a 10-year prison sentence. And I went away for 3 years of those 10. And those 3 years I spent away from any family, any friends. I had no contact with the outside world. And just having that alone time really allowed me to look inward and cry out to God for the first time in my life. In suicide attempts before, I cried out to the Lord and I said, if you're real, please make yourself known. And he did. I had taken a whole bottle of prescription drugs that should have killed a horse, but I was immediately sober when I asked for his help. And right then and there is when I knew that God was real and that I wanted to live my life for him. So when I got out of prison in 2018, I came home with the mindset that I'm going to focus on the Lord and focus on being the dad that I need to be. I ended up getting my daughter back within 6 months of me being home. I had us our own apartment. I was working for minimum wage, paying everything towards child support and lawyer fees, and just doing everything I could to stay sober and get active in the church. But it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that easy. Being a convict, covered in tattoos. Most churches really don't want to welcome you. Most people are like, who is this? There's no way this guy loves the Lord, but that's crazy. That's how he made me. I'd still thought that I had figured everything out and that I was pursuing the Lord. But eventually, what I tend to do is take the credit for things. Like, look what I've done. I've got this far in my life. This is all me, and I'm not giving God any credit at all. And when I do that, he tends to circle me back around to revisit the lesson that he'd tried to teach me originally. And I tried to commit suicide again, once, this time sober. And that suicide attempt landed me 4 months in the county jail. And during those 4 months, I lost my home. I lost who I thought was the love of my life, her 2 kids, and I thought I was going to lose my daughter again. But in losing everything, losing my whole life, all of that I was able to really cultivate a relationship with Jesus. And once I did that, I really started to flourish as a Christian. Nowadays, my life is better, so much better. Everything I have can fit in a duffel bag. Everything I own can fit in a duffel bag, and I'm cool with it. But God has provided me with my family again. He's provided me with a home church full of people that love me. He's blessed me with opportunities to serve others. And any areas of pain we have in our life, that's an area we have to help people in. And he's also shown me that. So it's just crazy to think that time after time after time I wanted to end my life because I felt like I had no purpose at all. But when you truly turn your heart towards God, you see that your purpose is to help others and to love people and to love God. That's it.